Episode 196. Today we talk the trade of Ke'Bryan Hayes, the sweep over the San Francisco Giants, and preview the upcoming series against the Colorado Rockies. You're listening to the Bucco Bantr podcast, brought to you by the Just Baseball Media Network. Cue the music.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Order steak by the plates, and in case after case, run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snake.
Welcome back to another episode of Bucco Bantr, and Isaac Mattson is the best pitcher in baseball.
Amen, brother.
That's my conclusion right now.
That Bucco Bantr bump, baby.
Yeah,
he's
man,
a dog. I was screaming in my apartment today.
Dude, he fires me up. Like, and not just because he's a Western PA guy. He went to Pitt. He just gets so emotional on the mound, and he just shoves it down your throat. Nothing fancy, just old school. Man, competition. It's fun to watch.
Nails.
Absolute
nails. But the Pirates swept the Giants, and that's not even close to the biggest news of the day. And we're going to talk about it with Noah Hiles on our live show. This is going to come out after that.
Yep.
But we need to discuss it because the discourse about the Ke'Bryan Hayes trade has driven me up a freaking wall today, Scott. And I know you tweeted you'd think we traded prime Alex Rodriguez. Based on the reaction.
It's crazy. Like, even some people that were in media in Pittsburgh were just like, another Ben Cherington now. Like, I don't think trading your 676 career OPS third baseman falls under that category. I'm sorry. Like, I don't see where people are clinging to Ke'Bryan Hayes here. Like, I just think it's a reason to complain, and I get it. The Pirates don't give us a lot to cheer about. They give us more to complain about. But like, let's open our minds a little bit here. Like, we're not trading the face of the franchise.
Right. Maybe if your third baseman you gave all that money to and a big contract to would hit, they wouldn't be as bad as they are right now.
I mean, I know people are saying he's a Gold Glove. He's a Gold Glove. I get that. He's
so is Jared Triolo.
So is Jared Triolo. But like, you can't play that premium position and not, like, Matt Chapman gets a little bit of a this is a terrible comparison, but like, he gets some leeway because he doesn't hit 300, but like, he has some power, and he's not like a consistent bat, but like, he provides some offense. You can't go much below that at a premium position. Like, you can't, especially with the Pirates, a small market team, you can't afford to be paying a guy with a 676 OPS as one of your highest paid offensive players. Like, you there's very little margin for error here. And I think it gives them more flexibility going forward. Now, will they use that opportunity of flexibility wisely? That's another question. Right. But to get anything in return for Ke'Bryan Hayes, I think was a win-win.
Here's another thing. You're not going to rebuild your entire franchise trading one guy, unless it's like a Juan Soto, Paul Skeens type guy, and you're bringing that type of return at the right time. You're going to bring in guys that are just going to fill up your farm system for the most part. Most trades are like that. What did you expect in return for Ke'Bryan Hayes? We've said it on the show that it's likely going to be a lower level prospect.
I expected someone I never heard of, to be honest with you. I expected guys that I'd never heard of. Sammy Safura was a big prep bat in like 2 drafts ago in 2023 out of New York. He was supposed to be a first rounder. He went in the second round. Like, this is a guy that was, I think, committed to Vanderbilt or Clemson, one of the two. Like, this is a legit prospect. And to see his name in the return package, I was like, okay.
Yeah, because guess what? Ke'Bryan, we could also talk years of control. If we want to throw that argument out there, 5 years on the contract. So we're just going to give Ke'Bryan Hayes another 5 years to be a very, very below average hitter. And play some good defense and just ignore the fact that this team still cannot score any runs, that they'll go 0 for 12 with runners in scoring position pretty much on a daily basis, that they'll waste the best pitching staff in baseball, that they'll waste Paul Skeens, but we're going to give Ke'Bryan Hayes the longest leash in all of baseball because he's and I'll give it an elite defender, yes,
elite,
but cannot hit to save his life. And it's the same thing every single year. He has chronic back issues. He's missed a ton of time because of that. Let's also get down to the dirty stuff. Not that great of a clubhouse guy. We talk about a winning baseball culture in Pittsburgh, bringing in guys. You've said it on this show. It's a bunch of puzzle pieces right now that do not fit together. And Ke'Bryan Hayes is one of those pieces. He's a broken off edge that your dog took a big old bite out of, and now the whole puzzle is ruined because you just can't squeeze him in there. Okay? That's what it is. He's had multiple disagreements with the front office. His family is very known on social media for just absolutely hating the Pirates. If you're not aware of it, go to his dad's page, go to his brother's page. They threaten to fight Pirates fans. Now, the one fan that they're threatening to fight, so be it. But like they've been begging for him to get out of here for years. Ke'Bryan Hayes did not want to be in Pittsburgh. He was not having fun here. He was not a good teammate. I mean, from the short time that we've been on the field for this year, you could see guys out there chopping it up, talking in the dugout. How many times did you see Ke'Bryan Hayes out there interacting with a single person?
Never with anybody. You know, it's something I noticed is the guys that stick together are like Nicky G, Spencer Horwitz, and like Jared Triolo. Say what you want about Triolo, but Triolo is definitely a light guy in that clubhouse. There's no doubt about that. Now, I mean, obviously there's questions about the bat there, but I think you can't have it both ways. You have to pick a direction here. And the Pirates picked a direction, right? We're going to move on with Ke'Bryan Hayes. We're going to give ourselves more flexibility to get better here. And I'm excited for that opportunity. I'm not necessarily confident that it's going to go well, but I'm excited with the opportunity to bring in different guys in this clubhouse because change was obviously needed. Obviously, right. Like I think you're lying to yourself. I think we can all agree that change was needed, and it started with guys like Ke'Bryan Hayes. And man, you can't win when the team isn't playing as a team. You just can't. And it's hard to say, even from our perspective, being on the field. Like we see it from a close perspective, but we're not in the clubhouse, right? We don't know. We don't talk to these guys every single day of every hour.
But we have sources.
Yeah. I mean, we hear things, and when we see things, and we can make our own conclusions based off of that. And change was needed. I think it was fairly obvious, and this is a step in the right direction. Now, with the trades that have happened today, do they change the outlook for 2026? No. But there's still opportunity to do that.
That was never going to be the case with a Ke'Bryan Hayes trade.
Yep.
It never was. Just a little bit. Since he debuted in 2020, he had 100 at-bats in the COVID year. Okay? He hit 380, OPS well above 1,000. Since then, from 21 to now, he has a 356 slug, a 658 OPS, and he's only hit 34 home runs. He has 2 this season. He has 0 pop. And he's not contributing anywhere close to the middle of the lineup production that you would expect from a guy that you're paying that much money for. I'm sorry. It fired me up today because I'm happy with the return that they got. Now, Taylor Rogers, that's going to be flipped like pretty easily. I don't.
And even if they didn't flip him, like to get
you got a good reliever. You got a good reliever.
He's a very well-known, great, pretty consistent reliever in this league. And, I think they see the reliever market. You just saw what Duran went for from Minnesota to the Phillies, and I think he could have even gotten even more. But I think the price of Bednar and Santana went significantly up, and I think that's a good thing. And I think Ben's playing it well so far. But yeah, you might have another chip there that you can move, and so you're trading Ke'Bryan Hayes for not just Taylor Rogers and Sammy Safira, but also whoever you get in return for flipping Taylor Rogers. And it could turn out to be a big win for us. I'm holding my breath, but let's not get caught up in the whole trading guys away, dialogue and what the Pirates are known for. This needed to happen, and I think we can all agree on that.
By buying into this is a terrible trade, you're almost buying into the philosophy of what the Pirates have had for the past 6 years, which is overvaluing guys and hanging on for too long. You've just bought into that by being mad for Ke'Bryan Hayes getting sent off. He's been on a longer leash than any other team would have allowed. Okay. Yep. Any other team. Just so we're clear, Sammy Stafora this year, he's 20 years old. His slash line's 262, 393, 411, 804 OPS, 131 WRC plus. He's got 28 stolen bags. Scott, he's got a plus glove, 9 triples on the year. A lot of potential.
Plus runner. And I think there's never been a question about the speed and the defense, but the bat seems to have taken a step forward this year. I would anticipate he was in Dayton, high A Dayton. I would expect him to go to Greensboro. Be interesting to add to that lineup. And I'm excited, man. Like, this is you got another bat in the system that with pedigree and who seems to have taken a step forward this year, man. 131 WRC plus. Don't have many of those bats in the system.
Absolutely. And then before we move on to the games, Caleb Ferguson, who has been a solid arm out of the bullpen for the Pirates this year, a good signing by the front office, was traded to the Mariners for Jeter Martinez. So you're essentially trading a rental for a lottery piece here. We talked to our guys over at the Marine Layer podcast. We say, hey, what's the deal with Jeter Martinez? They gave this guy $600,000. I think he's from Mexico.
Yeah, he's from Mexico,
I believe. So a lot of talent there, not a lot of control, a lot to work with. But what do the Pirates do well?
Develop arms.
They develop arms. So you're getting rid of a guy who was gone anyways for somebody who could potentially be a very, very good arm later on down the road. It's something for nothing. Okay. Again, I saw some people just being mad to be mad. This is a fine trade.
Yeah, according to Lyle from Marine Layer, he's like, this is a real prospect with real upside, throws hard. It's just about putting it all together. He's still young. The command is the question mark right now. But, like, this is what you get for a Caleb Ferguson middle relief type prospect. He's not a guy that's going to pitch in the back end in high leverage roles where he's going to come in and mow people down. He doesn't do that. He doesn't rack up Ks. Like, he's going to be a reliable bullpen arm. But to get a top 15 prospect out of an organization for this guy, a guy with upside, a lottery pick, as they call them, I think that's about what we'd expect. It's kind of like the Carlos Santana for Johnny.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Took the words right out of my mouth. People are like, this is not going to help us for next year. What do you want them to bring back? Ben Gamble in return for Caleb? Like that's not there's no major league ready bats for Caleb Ferguson at the deadline. All right. We'll talk about it more with Noah on the live show, which will be out before you're listening to this. Scott, before we get into it, Total Sports Enterprises has you covered for all of your Pittsburgh sports memorabilia needs, Pirates, Penguins, Steelers, and more. You go to tseshop.com. If you go to the description below, click the link, let them know Bucco Bantr sent you. Let's get into Monday's game versus the Giants. Okay. Mitch Keller on the mound for the first time this year, just could not really put it together, be that innings eater that he has been for a majority of the season. He went 2 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 3 walks, 3 Ks, 42 strikes on 73 pitches in 2 innings. But the bullpen was spectacular. You had Cabrera, Ramirez, Matson with 2 strikeouts in an inning, Santana, and then Bednar, who had, if you look at it just like on his face, it's like, yeah, he got hit, 3 hits, 1 earned. Those at-bats were some of the best at-bats I've seen from any major leaguer in the span of 1 inning. I don't know if they picked something up on him, but they were just covering all parts of the zone. I texted it in our chat. I was like, these are some of the greatest at-bats I've ever seen. His stuff was on. It looked good. Hey, but they put it away. They got the W, went up 1-0 in San Francisco, which brings us to Tuesday, Scott.
Yeah, Tuesday, Bailey Falter went 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 4 walks, 1 K. That 1 run was on a home run. His ERA is at 3.73 after this series. We also got Braxton Ashcraft with the W. 3 innings, no hit, 1 K. Generated 4 whiffs, has a 2.17 ERA after this outing. Dennis Santana got his 6th save of the season. 1 inning, no hits, 2 Ks. 136 ERA, man. I bet some team is chomping at the bit for Dennis Santana tomorrow by 6 p.m. tomorrow. Peggy has provided some spark offensively at the plate. Good to see. 1 for 4 with his first homer of the year, 2 RBIs. That home run was off of Justin Verlander, 42-year-old Justin Verlander, but still good for Peggy. Tommy Pham, hottest man in baseball, 3 for 4 with a double. It averages up to 273, which is insane. 12 hits total, 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position, 10 left on base, 11 Ks in game 2. Come away with a 3-1 dub.
Before I move on to today's game, it would be remiss to not say Andrew McCutchen, 10 home runs.
Yes.
Every single season. He hit a home run in game 1 along with Nicky G. That was the offense that was provided. Wednesday versus the Giants, 2-1 dub. Mike Burrows was excellent. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 7 Ks. Carmen, 1 inning, 1 hit. And then Isaac Mattson, man, shut the door. 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts and extras. The offense, Spencer Horwitz, bat has going a little bit, 2 for 4 with 1 RBI, 1 walk. Davis had an RBI in extra innings. As a team, 14 strikeouts, 7 walks, 7 hits, 0 for 12 runners in scoring position, 13 left on base. They swept the Giants. They have won 8 of their last 9 since they were swept by the White Sox.
Yeah. That let a fire under them, I guess. But I don't know, man. The Giants are definitely falling a little bit too. It seems like they picked a direction here with the Padres and Dodgers really pulling away in the West. So it doesn't get any much harder because they go to Colorado after this. And Colorado's got, I don't think they even have 30 wins yet. So should be an interesting road trip, end of the road trip. Could they come away with 6 wins this road trip, which would be interesting?
That would be awesome. It's going to be an exciting week to be a Pirates fan because not only are they winning, but things are getting shaken up, which they absolutely need to be. Scott, let's get into the series versus the Rockies. The Rockies right now, they're the worst team in baseball, 28-79, 5th in the NL West. Bad. If you think you have it bad, my God.
Yeah.
My God, it is bad out there. We're going to see the Rockies out in Colorado. Then we're going to see them later this month at PNC Park, a little reunion for Clint Hurdle. I'll get us kicked off on Friday. Right-handed pitcher Antonio Senzatella versus Andrew Heaney. If Heaney is here on Friday, big if. This year, Antonio Senzatella, 4-14, 6.68 ERA and 102 1/3 innings pitched, 21 games, 55 Ks with a 1.84 whip. The arsenal is a 4-seam slider, curve, change, sinker, pitch to contact righty who thrives when he's getting ground balls and limiting walks. He doesn't possess overpowering stuff, but he's proven serviceable in the middle or back end of a rotation when healthy. Low strikeout rate, one of the lowest K per 9 among starting pitchers, lacks a true out pitch, relying heavily on contact management, vulnerability to getting hit hard. When command falters, he can be susceptible to barrels and extra base hits, particularly when pitching at altitude, which is at his home stadium.
Yeah. Bad place to be. Saturday, we got Austin Gomber against Paul Skeens. Gomber is 0-5 with a 6.28 ERA and 38 2/3 innings pitched. 8 games started, 22 Ks and a 1.66 whip. I'm not going to lie to you. When I was putting together these pitching scouting reports, I was depressed. Yeah, I was really depressed. Senzatella might have been the worst pitcher in baseball to this point this year. So Gomberg works with a 4-seam, a curve, a slider, a change, and split. He was part of the return of the Aaron Narno trade a few years ago from St. Louis to Colorado. He's a crafty left-hander with average stuff, but a deep pitch mix and enough to fail to remain in a big league rotation. His performance is often tied to location and sequencing, as he doesn't have the raw tools to overpower hitters. His curveball is his best pitch, big looping break with strong vertical movement, true 12-6. He uses it effectively to change speeds and eye levels, especially against right-handed hitters. Adam, take us into Sunday.
Sunday, Bradley Blaylock versus Mitch Keller. Again, maybe, depending on what happens by Thursday's deadline. Blaylock this year is 1-2 with a 7.09 ERA in 33 innings pitched, 8 games, 16 Ks with a 1.64 whip. The arsenal is a 4-seam split, slider, curve, and a cutter, high upside arm with 2 potentially above average pitches in the fastball and the curveball, and an evolving splitter that would give him a 3-pitch mix capable of missing bats. Deceptive arm path here, Scott. The over-the-top slot helps hide the ball and plays up velocity, especially helpful given his strike throwing style. Plus fastball curve combo, a ride heavy fastball paired with a deep sharp curveball represent his best offerings. They have to win this series. Like, I know we're talking like toilet bowls, and I know we mentioned that coming out of the break with the White Sox, and we just got our asses handed to us. This is something. These are games you need to win. And like, let's just keep piling. Let's keep stacking. Some good momentum coming out of the trade deadline. Some positivity. This should be positive. Again, I know history tells us Ben Cherington's trades are not, but the moves made today are good moves for this organization. They are good. Trust us. They are good. I'm not going to tell you to trust the process because there's no way you shouldn't trust the process. But if we're talking just these 2 moves today, this is fine. We're going to get into more detail with Noah Hiles, but my God, were the reactions bad.
Believe it or not, the Pirates are not paying us to say this. So, this is our honest opinion. And for the guys that they dealt today, Ke'Bryan Hayes, Caleb Ferguson, like you got what with Ke'Bryan Hayes, we got more than what I expected, to be honest with you. To see names that I knew on there, I was like, wow, okay, let's go. With Caleb Ferguson, I was just ready to be like, all right, what kind of lottery ticket can I like dream on here? And that's what we got. So more to come. Santana, Bednar, maybe IKF, some other guys. We'll see. I'm excited to chop it up with Noah here in a second.
Absolutely. If you don't already, make sure you go to the YouTube, subscribe, like, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to buccobantr.com, get the merch, go to the socials. Make sure that you follow all of the pages. That's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky, OnlyFans, wherever you want to find us. We'll be providing you with the best Pirates content possible. And until next time, raise it.
Raise it.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates. And they